When the internet first appeared, the vast majority of people did not even know it existed, and even among those who had heard of it, very few could imagine that one day it would become the foundation of global communication, commerce, media, education, and business. In the beginning, the internet was not an everyday technology. It was used by universities, research centers, military and technical institutions, and a small group of experts. For the average person, the internet had no clear meaning. There were no social networks, no online stores, no digital banking, no streaming platforms, no mobile apps. Most people had no reason to ask what the internet was because they could not see its practical use. A similar pattern can be seen today in the blockchain industry. Even though blockchain is talked about much more than before, a huge number of people still do not know what blockchain is, what it is used for, or why it could be important. Many people connect it only with cryptocurrencies, speculation, and token prices. For most people, blockchain is still not an infrastructure they use every day. It is still a complicated term from the world of technology and finance. This is not unusual. Many technologies that later became standards were misunderstood, underestimated, or considered unimportant in the beginning. The telephone at first looked like a strange experiment. Many people did not understand why speaking through a wire could replace a letter or a conversation in person. The automobile in its early days was seen as noisy, expensive, and impractical. Horses already existed. The infrastructure for cars was not developed, and for many people the new technology seemed to create more problems than benefits. The personal computer was long seen as a device for experts, companies, and laboratories. The idea that one day a computer would be in almost every home seemed unrealistic. The smartphone in the beginning looked to many people like an expensive and unnecessary version of a regular phone. Today it has become a camera, a wallet, a map, a bank, an office, and the main window to the internet. What all these examples have in common is this: most people did not recognize the full potential of the technology until it became simple, useful, and widely available. Today, blockchain faces a similar problem. The industry is divided into many different networks: Ethereum, Solana, BNB chain, Polkadot, and many others. Each network has its own applications, its own tokens, its own liquidity, and its own technical rules. For experienced users, this may be understandable. But for the average user, it is complicated. The user has to know which blockchain they are using, which wallet they need, how to move funds, which bridge is safe, and where there is a risk of making a mistake. If blockchain wants to become a technology used by the masses, the user cannot constantly be burdened with the technical borders between networks. Today, when we use the internet, we do not think about which servers, cables, and protocols our message passes through. We simply send the message. In the same way, future users of blockchain applications should not constantly have to think about which blockchain they are on. This is where the vision of HighWay appears. HighWay is designed as an infrastructure that helps blockchain networks communicate more simply, more securely, and more efficiently. Instead of different blockchains remaining separate islands, the goal is to help connect them into a more functional system. This does not mean that anyone can guarantee HighWay's success. No serious technology can be presented as a guaranteed future. But we can clearly say which problem HighWay is trying to solve. It is trying to solve the problem of interoperability, in other words, the problem of communication between different blockchain networks. Connecting separate systems has often been a key moment in the history of technology. The internet did not become important only because it was a new network. It became important because it connected many networks. The smartphone did not succeed only because it was a new phone. It succeeded because it combined many functions into one simple device. If blockchain remains a collection of separate ecosystems, its development may stay limited. But if different networks become connected in a way that is simple and safe for the user, blockchain may enter a new phase of adoption. HighWay is positioned exactly in that area, connecting blockchain networks and reducing the barriers between them. Today, many people still do not understand blockchain, just as most people once did not know about the internet. This does not mean that every blockchain project will succeed, but it does mean that the value of infrastructure is often not visible at the moment when it is being built. The most important question is not whether everyone understands HighWay today. The more important question is whether the problem HighWay is trying to solve truly exists, and interoperability is one of the biggest problems in the blockchain industry. That is why HighWay should not be viewed only as another project in the crypto space. Its core idea is to answer an important question: how will different blockchain networks communicate, exchange value, and function as part of a broader digital infrastructure in the future? The internet was not immediately understood by most people, and blockchain is not yet understood by most users today. But when a technology solves a real problem, becomes easier to use, and connects what was previously separate, its importance can become much greater than it appears in the beginning. That is the basic idea of HighWay.